Hi, and welcome to my channel. If you saw the title, if you can see what's behind me, I'm about to get to play my own round of the game of Bookish Life that Amy does at Astar Reads. So she filmed a bunch of clips of her spinning for me and moving me around the board. So we're going to watch them together. I watched them one time when she originally did this, which was almost a month ago. So I do not remember what's on there. I do have my board ready to go to be filled in with the books. I told her to start with 5 spins, and then if she needed to add any extra because of whatever she landed on, that was fine. So we're going to watch the rolls together and then pick the books.
Okay, super exciting news. Amanda wanted me to play my game for her, and I'm really excited. So she's going to be using this little green card. Look, there's Amanda. And we have to figure out first if she's going to be going to college or starting with a career. And if she starts with a career, she automatically adds 1 book. So she'll be starting with 5 spins. And if at any point we land on a +1 spot on the board, she'll be doing that. We're going to be going with my newer rules. Which means that the prompts are going to be more tricky. So let's see where she's going to go. 1 through 5 means that she starts in college. 6 through 10 means she starts a career. 10. That's right. You're starting a career. That means we're already adding 1 book. So Amanda's going to have 6 books on this TBR. Let's get our career cards out and do a shuffle and see what career Amanda's going to start with. Also, since we landed on light green, that is YA other. So any kind of YA book that is not a fantasy. Any other YA. And it has to correspond with which career? This career. A travel agent. So you need to use this card as inspiration, Amanda, and figure out how you can make YA other and this card of being a travel agent, because that is your career. You're going to be a travel agent. How can you make those work together?
Okay, so I have an idea. I'm going to go through my genre thing, and I'm going to put YA. I love that the first one I got is YA. If you've been here, you know I do not like YA. Anyway, I'm going to exclude fantasy so that it'll just give me YA books that are not fantasy. And I'm going to filter. And then I'm going to just look and see, starting with the earliest added, there's 133 books. I'm going to see if I have anything that jumps out at me about travel or airplanes or I don't know. We'll just see. Okay, so I might go with Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. It is book number 1, but I mean that the Secrets of the Universe, and there's a truck on the cover, so I feel like it is looking like there would be travel type things in it, or at least the cover makes me feel like somebody's going on a journey. And it says discover in the universe. So this is what I'm going to do for the first prompt. Okay, we already know we're going to need 6 books, so I'm going to make these smaller a little bit, and maybe we'll do 3, and I'll move these down here and add another one. I just like to use books as placeholders so that when I get a new book, I can just drag it out here and it just takes the place of whatever I'm replacing instead of me putting it out here and then I've got to resize it and everything else. So it's just easier that way. Django is here this morning. Say hi. How are you cold, babe?
All right, now it's time for our official first spin. So spin number 1 is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Winter vibes or setting. And that's meant to be nonfiction. So a nonfiction that has winter vibes or setting. I don't know if that's possible. But, it could be like a historical nonfiction that has winter vibes or was set like in a, I know Shell sometimes reads different like disasters that happened like on Mount Everest or things like that, which would have winter vibes or setting. Would be a very difficult topic, but you know, it would have those winter vibes or setting. So I'll be interested to see what you end up coming up with.
Okay, as soon as I saw the thing, this is what I knew I wanted to pick. I'm going to actually add it to my to-read list. My kids love these Nathan Hale's hazardous, oh my gosh, my kids loved Nathan Hale's Hazardous Tales when they were younger. These are middle grade nonfiction graphic novels, and we never got to read this one, even though one of my friend's children loved this one. And I was like, man, I want to be able to get the Donner dinner party. So as soon as she said nonfiction wintry setting, I was like, oh, I'm in. This is the one I know I want. So this so far has been the easiest pick. I mean, I know I've only picked 2 so far, but this one I knew immediately. So there it is in the thing, and let's see what's next.
Time for spin number 2. 8. And we're kind of like staying in this area. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we're at the stop sign. That's number 8. So this is a book about love, romance, or a prominent relationship, and the genre is romance. So that actually, it's a romance on top of romance. So I guess it needs to be a true romance.
Okay, this one's going to be easy and awesome. I think I'm going to go over to my 50 Before 50 and pick one of those romances. Okay, and I think I'm going to go with Drakkar, which is the next 7 Brides for 7 Alien Brothers. These are the ones that don't have audio, or they just got audio. I just got an email from her. They might now be on audio. So I'll have to check it out and see if I can find them. But that is my 3rd pick. Let's see what's next.
All right, it's time for the 3rd spin. 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Buy a new book. That's always a fun one. Purple is classics. So you need to buy a new classic book. And I mean, of course, this could be interpreted however you want to interpret it as far as the buy a new book. If you're not trying to buy books right now, or if you don't want to buy a physical book, you could buy an audio book. Somehow you need to get a new classic book into your life. Let's put it that way.
Okay, I would officially not like there to be any more classics. Okay, let me see how I'm going to filter. I guess I'm just going to go by classics and see what my options are. I'm not going to just pick the first one because I don't like to read classics very much. I have 32 classics on my list. So if I go with the earliest added and just look, I've actually already read The Road by Cormac McCarthy. I really liked it. So The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is considered a classic sci-fi. I mean, I guess so. First published in 1979. They say if you like Discworld, like the humor and the silliness in Discworld, that you'll like The Hitchhiker's Guide. So I think that's what I'm going to go with. And I will go and buy it so that I have it to fulfill this prompt. I'm going to buy the audiobook version of it, though. I don't need a physical copy of it. You know what? I might want a physical copy of it because I'm probably going to be able to get the audio version from my library. And I know that my husband likes to read sci-fi sometimes, and I don't think he's read this book. So maybe if I got the physical version, I could buy the physical version for us to have at the house for him to read, and then I could read the audio from the library. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, let's see what's next.
Okay, for spin number 4, you are moving along the board really fast. 4. Did I speak too soon? 1, 2, 3, 4. Insta-scroll. Okay, and this does have to do with the genre as well. So this is light red. Light red is adult horror thriller mystery. So you need to go on Instagram and scroll until you find the first adult horror thriller mystery that you can. So it can be one of those 3 or it can be a combination of any of those genres. And whatever it is that comes up on Instagram first that you either want to read, have plans to read, it doesn't have to be a book that you don't have any plans to read, or it can be. Like if it can be the first one you see and you got to pick it up, that works out too. So Instagram scroll with adult horror thriller mystery.
Okay. I've got Mother Horror, who I follow on Instagram, was one of my top things. And it says 9 books coming soon that I want right now. So I don't know if it is. She said she's browsing NetGalley this morning. So I may not even be able to get any of these. Okay. Another Mother Horror. But she said these are her favorite books of 2022. So I am just going to pick one of these. I actually already own a couple of them. Oh, The Babysitter Lives. I own that as well. I almost finished reading the audio, but literally it scared me so badly I had to put it down for a little while. I was getting scared. Okay, well, because I want to be a completist for Stephen Graham Jones, at least as many of his books as I can, I'm going to go with that one, The Babysitter Lives. It took me 6 minutes of scrolling on my phone before I found that. It's a very generic looking title, The Babysitter Lives. Okay, is this the last roll? Because I've got 5 books and we have 1 left, so...
Okay, and for spin number 5, we are clearly going to be stopping at the stop sign, but I'll spin the wheel anyways. And that is a 10, but we're stopped here. So this is TBR game, and I'm going to play a TBR game for you. So let me get that set up, and we'll see what you end up getting.
Okay, I can see what it is because I see the first part of the clip.
Okay,
Let's go.
So I'm going to play the mini Star Hop version for you. This is from Stephanie Book versus Game. And I can't wait to see what you have. We're going to start with Little Cinderella, and we'll start there. I've got a nice big die, and we'll see how many spaces you're going to go. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and then what do I have for spinners? Do I have the spinners for this anymore? Okay, let me figure that out.
Okay, she did spin. I see something called the spin, so let's do that.
Okay, so I was able to find my spinner, and I'm going to spin it here. I do have the moon prompts on there, and we'll see what it is. It looks like library. Okay, that's a pretty simple one, because I think you get a lot of books from your library, don't you, Amanda?
Yes, okay, that is nice. So, but I'm just going to run over to my Libby app. I'm going to put a few filters in maybe and see if there's anything. Oh, you know what? Let's bring in an old book from the previous TBR that we didn't read. I think I'm going to do 5 Total Strangers and move that one to this list because it's definitely at my library. Okay, there is one final video. It looks like it's just her face, so let's see what she has to say.
This was a lot of fun. Thank you for including me, Amanda.
Okay, so sweet. I love it. I sent her a message on Discord and I was like, hey, I know you're not playing your game very much this year for yourself, but how about playing around for me? And she said, well, I do need to get it out to film some stuff. So if I'm getting it out to film, I will go ahead and do it. And I was like, great. So here are my 6 books. I'm going to scoot the title up a little bit so that we can make these a little bit larger and just get to see the titles better. But there we go. I'm excited about all 6 of these books. I'm a little scared about The Babysitter Lives, I will admit, because I stopped reading it before because I got too scared, but I'm going to finish it this time. And that's it. This was a lot of fun. I love having other people let me join in playing their games with them. It's so much fun. But this is about to kick off the monstrosity, and that video will be coming soon where I'm going to explain what the monstrosity is and what it means. If you can see down at the bottom, there are a lot of cards. Django has to investigate. There are a lot of cards that are blanked out because they're going to have things on them because they are going to be TBR games. I have 10 different TBR games already picked out, and it's going to be part of the monstrosity. So you'll see what that means in a video coming up very soon. Thank you to Amy, and thank you to everybody who is watching. I would love to hear what you think about these books that I picked, or maybe what you would have picked for some of these, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.